now.
I'll give you a baseline, and I'll just say there has been a massive backlash against the President of the United States among Latino voters, because what are we talking about here? Well, let's just take a look at Trump's net approval rating among Latinos. You know, you go back a year ago, right at the beginning of his first term, wasn't too bad, right? About 5 points underwater. A lot of Republicans would really like that. But take a look where we are today. Over a 20-point decline, now down to negative 28 points, Donald Trump's net approval rating among Latinos. A much larger drop we've seen among Latinos than we have seen among the American electorate overall.
What about the deportation program, though?
Yeah, okay, so what is causing this, right? There have been a lot of things in which the American people dislike Donald Trump more than they did a year ago. But among Latinos, they really... That's
what's driving all this.
That is a big driver of what's going on here. Trump's net approval rating among Latinos on his deportation program. Look at this. You go back a year ago, according to the CBS News YouGov poll, he was right at even, right? As many people approved as disapproved. Again, that's really good numbers for Republican among Latinos. But look at where we are now. 34 points underwater. There has been an over 30-point shift away from Donald Trump among Latinos on his deportation program. What we have seen among Latinos is a drop overall, much of which is being driven by how they are viewing his deportation program. I saw one of the founders for Latinos for Trump the other day say immigration is going to cost Republicans during the midterm elections. And when you look at numbers like this, you have to say, hey, she's coming from the numbers, because the numbers agree with that. Latinos do not like what Donald Trump is doing on his deportation program, and it is driving his overall numbers down. Look at this. I mean, you rarely ever see a 35-point decline over a year, but it is happening with Trump among Latinos on his deportation program. No is what the Latino community is saying.
Well, then add it all up and look towards the midterms. What do you see?
Yeah, okay, so you see these numbers among Trump, but they don't really matter if, of course, we don't actually see Latinos taking out their anger on Republicans in Congress. So what are we seeing here? Choice for election among Latinos. Back in November of 2024, Kamala Harris won Latinos, but just by 4 points. It was one of the best, if not the best, performance for Republican presidential candidate on record, Donald Trump. But look at where we are now in the 2026 race for Congress. Democrats have widened, expanding that lead. They're now up by 19 points, a 15-point switcheroo from the margin that we saw in the 2024 presidential election. Latinos are very angry with Donald Trump, and it looks like in this midterm election they're going to take out that anger on Republicans at the ballot box.